Tensions are flaring up around the country and the war in Gaza continues. Tens of thousands of people march in D.C., Washington, D.C. on Saturday demanding that Israel cease fire. Pro-Palestinians are urging that President Biden call for Israel to stop the attack in Gaza, saying that there are too many innocent lives being taken away and basically saying that enough is enough. Palestinians believe that the attack by Hamas was definitely bad, but not this bad, as they want it all to stop. People showing up at the White House, shaking the fences, threatening security guards, and using spray paint to paint the gates at the White House with red paint. These particular rallies are going on in multiple places around the country, and things are starting to get out of hand. Take a look at this right here, guys, where you can see thousands of individuals ended up marching in Washington, D.C., protesting in regards to this particular war in Gaza, asking the United States, asking President Biden to call for a cease of fire, saying that there have been too many lives being lost, innocent people, children, guys. I believe there have been more than 3,000 children ended up losing their lives so far. And it looks like right now Israel has pretty much surrounded Gaza, and now they are pretty much trying to go directly into the Gaza area, trying to destroy Hamas, the terrorist group, completely. And yes, guys, Israel has already vowed, saying that, look, they are not going to stop until they have reached their justice, getting rid of completely the Hamas terrorists, people that committed this particular horrible attack in Israel. And yes, guys, it doesn't look like things are going to stop anytime soon. But yes, guys, tens of thousands of people, as you just saw, gathered in the nation's capital on Saturday for one of the biggest pro-Palestinian protests in the United States since the Israel bombardment of Gaza began in the response to the attack by Hamas militants last month. Protesters are pushing for a cease of fire in Gaza, and officials saying that, look, thousands of people have been killed in the Israel airstrikes, as well as, like I said, they have just surrounded the Gaza area. But anyways, guys, the event organized by several pro-Palestinian groups began with an afternoon rally at Freedom Plaza before crowds began a march in a loop past the White House. And like I said, guys, we have videos where showing that the Palestinians are pretty much shaking the gates of the White House, calling the guards names and different things like that, as well as using spray paint to spray and vandalize these particular fences. So this thing could turn out to be worse than what we initially thought. And it looks like, guys, not just Washington, D.C. is under these particular protests. We have also saw other protests in London, Paris, and other cities and countries all around. But now the full threat is coming directly in the United States. And yes, dozens of people have been arrested at the White House because of the vandalize of the particular gates, the fences, and all of the above. More than 30 people were arrested. And yes, guys, the Secret Service said that, look, this is after they ended up crossing some of the barriers and blocked entrances to the complex during their particular protest. Those who were arrested are accused of unlawful entry and were transferred to the local police for processing. The agency doesn't typically identify arrestees and didn't name those taken into custody. Washington police did not immediately respond to the questions after the arrest. Things are not going to end very well, as you can see right here in this particular article, that protesters were seen shaking the White House gates, vandalizing them with red paint, like I just said. And also they had a chant that was going on, which I can't necessarily say on this channel, but as you can see on the screen right here, yes, guys, they were saying that this is Joe Biden. This is Joe Biden. Yes, but anyways, guys, we did receive other warnings, like I said, in regards to this is not just happening in Washington. The threat level is increasing all over the United States in multiple cities, which we just heard word from the FBI director saying that because of the Hamas attack, it will inspire other significant terror threats to the United States. And these particular remarks came directly from Homeland Security hearing that happened last week, saying that the threats have increased very much, and we haven't really seen these type of threats increase since the 9/11 attack. But anyways, like I said, there are multiple threats going around the country, and as you can see, that American countries and cities are now ramping up security around multiple places of worship following the Israel attacks. And this way they want to ensure and assure that residents that they don't have to be afraid. They can continue to go to church. They can continue to be worshiping. And so far there are no credible threats. However, they are saying that they are seeing a lot of chatter on the underground networks. So anyways, guys, like it says, while assuring Americans that there are no credible threats, locally cities throughout the United States are ramping up their security around houses of worship after the large-scale attack by Gaza militants in Israel. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security issued public safety concerns bulletins on Saturday to the state and local law enforcement and said that they are continuously monitoring for any impact on the U.S. domestic threat environment. A law enforcement official said this information. And so far, the agency said that there were no current specific intelligence indicating a threat to the United States. Now, like I said, there are much threat chatters going on, but no direct threats of exactly what is going to happen. So you need to be mindful of this, guys, because you never know when something might happen in your particular area. You need to be mindful, keep a watch on different individuals that may look suspicious and call them out for it. Call authorities to your local areas before trying to do something on your own. But anyways, this is going to increase as the war with Israel and Hamas continues to go on. And like I said, Israel has stated that they do not plan on stopping anytime soon. But in other news, we do have specific threats that is going on right now, which the United States put out this warning yesterday on Saturday, saying that they are warning citizens of the United States that there are elevated threats in major Nigerian hotels, saying that Nigeria is trying to combat the issue right now. However, citizens of the United States and other citizens as well, you need to be mindful of this, as well as to be vigilant and to ensure that they keep a low profile while being alert at the same time. This is a huge threat that is pretty much going out on multiple networks, alarming people of these particular threats. They're saying that these are elevated threats to prominent hotels in Nigeria's largest cities. In a statement released on the U.S. Embassy and the consulate in Nigeria's website on Friday, the U.S. revealed that they had received credible information that there were major threats to highbrow hotels in several of the larger states of the country. However, they are also revealing that Nigerian security agencies are currently combating the threat. The statement read, the U.S. government is aware of credible information that there is an elevated threat to major hotels in Nigeria's largest cities. The Nigerian security services are working diligently to counter the threat. The government then warned their citizens to exercise vigilance at major hotels to ensure that they keep a low profile while being alert to their surroundings. So anyways, yes, this is going on, like I said, not just in the United States, not just in Gaza, not just in Israel, but also in other countries as well. We've seen multiple protesters in multiple other countries, like we saw in London, Paris, as well as in the United States. And we also saw where Iran is trying to go after some of our U.S. troops as well. So anyways, guys, right now they're saying that you need to use caution when you're traveling, especially abroad, not necessarily in the United States, but specifically abroad, depending on where you are going. But you never know when someone wants to take direct effect towards a U.S. American. So if you are traveling, be safe out there. This is definitely some challenging times, if you will. Not only were we suffering with the impact in regards to a potential recession in the United States, but now we have to worry about a potential war, as we continue to see that the United States is continuing to support Israel in regard to this particular war against Hamas attacking everyone in Gaza. We need to be mindful of this, guys, because things are not looking good. Things are continuing to progress in this country, and we don't know when it is going to end. And last but not least, guys, in addition to those particular attacks that we need to be worried about, also the United States officials are telling you that we need to be worried about potential cyber attacks. As you can see right here, guys, that U.S. officials are holding their breath for Iranian cyber attacks. Critical infrastructure owners and operators are stepping up security as the U.S. government keeps a close eye on involving threats from Tehran in the cyberspace. The U.S. government is prepping for a potential onslaught of Iranian cyber attacks in retaliation for the support for Israel in its conflict with Hamas. It's far from just Israel as a risk of cyber attacks from the Hamas-aligned regime's cyber operatives, but they are also seeing the U.S. and other nations that support the Israel government is likely to be a target as well. And such attacks could take the form of attempting to damage critical systems like water supply or electricity supply, would likely involve widespread disinformation efforts and could also involve proxies to keep Iran's fingerprints off the incidents overall. So it's not just a physical threat, but also this particular remote effect in regards to cyber attacks. Like I said, things could get much worse. We potentially are headed down the path of a World War III. We have issues with China. We have issues with North Korea. We have issues with Russia. And now we have issues with the terrorist group Hamas in Gaza area. So we'll just have to continue to follow this as we always do. But be mindful, be vigilant, because you never know when something might happen. And then also watch out for the potential of any types of mass shootings. We just saw that huge mass shooting in the state of Maine. So hopefully we don't see anything like that before the end of this year. Keep your fingers crossed in the meantime. But outside of all that, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, that's all we have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. There are a couple of opportunities for you to earn some free money or some free cash, such as signing up with Rakuten, which is the #1 cashback website. And if you sign up right now and use it, they're going to give you an additional $30. Also, don't forget about signing up for the Amazon Prime membership, where you can receive 30 days for free, which is a great time as Black Friday is around the corner, as well as it is almost time for Christmas shopping. But anyways, those are just a couple of the opportunities, but be sure to check out all of them down below. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.